Hello, y'all. I was talking in my stories and I just wanted to come on live because it runs out after a minute. But I wanted to kind of continue the conversation that I was having just about just how so special it is and so important to be in a space where you are valued for being you and feeling safe to be there in all of your fullness, whether you are being silly or weird or something like that. And I think so many people are living these disempowered lives where you feel like maybe you got made fun of and feel like you are carrying a lot of shame because of who you are. And I was mentioning that in my childhood I experienced a lot of shame for who I was and didn't ever really feel like people could see me or hold me. And it's just so heartbreaking because when you grow up like that and you are being told these things, these lies, then you grow up to be an adult and you still believe them. And it's still running the programs in your mind. And we're distracted. We're sleeping. We're not awake to what we're here to do. And I was just talking about that in my stories because it just speaks to how important this really is and how important it is that we feel safe and that we feel empowered and that we feel like we can be us because we are so unique. We can't be anyone else. And when we don't feel safe to be ourselves, we don't get to share that uniqueness and we don't get to share who we are with people. I mentioned that we live in this effed up system where that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be disempowered. We're supposed to be feeling like shit. We're supposed to be sleeping. We're supposed to be sick. We're supposed to be tired. We're supposed to be so tired because we worked 50 hours this week. Like, why? Why do we have this system that creates that environment for us? I don't think that we have to play by that. I don't believe that we should be a part of that. I really, really think there is so much power in getting to know who you are and getting to know all about yourself and who you came here to be. And when I say that, I just mean like, well, one, we're on a planet in space, in a universe. There may be like more than one universe. We don't know. We're this small. And yet we're living in this world and in this life that is so limiting and so imprisoning. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy that we're all kind of just unaware of it. We're unconscious of it. The system was designed that way. It was designed to keep us asleep. And I just have this big piece in my heart because it's like for anyone to feel disempowered. But then if you like take a step back and it's like historically women have felt disempowered. And what once was started as a matriarchy, the power has been ripped away. And all of these women that I meet are so shy or meek or just, modest and humble, but also like not really wanting to celebrate themselves. And it makes me so sad to think about because it's like, you're so special. You're so special. Of course you deserve to be celebrated. And like, that's not just one person, that's thousands, that's millions of people. And just thinking about the millions of disempowered women, which I will say is reducing, which is incredible. But the amount of women who are still so disempowered is heartbreaking. And it's like, we as women are so powerful. And it makes sense why you would want to take away power from a powerful person. But it's like, because you're living in that competitive mindset and because you're living in this place where it's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to hate each other and you're supposed to prey off of each other's insecurities. And it's like, what world is that? I don't think a good one. I think that we all have things that are special about us that deserve to be celebrated. And like, whatever's going on right now in the world isn't working because there's so much hate in the world and there's so much greed in the world. And like, it drives me crazy because you just think about who's in charge and you think about how long this stuff has been in play. And this wasn't where I was expecting to go, but it feels so powerful and so important to what we're doing here. Like, we're healing together. We have to heal together. I was saying in my stories, like, we can't just do this by ourselves and we can't do this alone. And I need you, the world needs you, we need each other. And we have to start in here, like in our hearts. We have to quiet the noise so that we can hear what's coming from within us. Even if that's like just your gut instinct, you know, like if something doesn't make you feel good, that's important to listen. But instead, what's making us not feel good leads us to drinking, or leads us to going out, or sleeping with people, or doing drugs that are not good for our bodies. And because we are bombarded by all this noise, we can't come to what is inside of us. And what is inside of us is only something that we as an individual can tune into, you know? But we have to do that for ourselves, and we have to start there. As women, being disempowered affects lineages. And you know, I am a recipient of that. I think so many of us are. The role models in my life as women were amazing and they were great. And I also observed that they weren't very self-assured and they weren't proud of themselves, you know, like not wanting to be on camera, not wanting to have your picture taken. And it's like, when we have these role models of women who are, you know, complicit with abuse or afraid to say something because something physical might happen to them, or not wanting to celebrate themselves and their gifts, like, children watch that and children absorb that and children take that in. And if you can imagine what a disempowered woman is, and imagine if her children see that, and then her grandchildren, and then it's like this family is just disempowered because they weren't shown another way. And when we are moving from this disempowered place, we are making decisions that hurt us, or making decisions that aren't for our best interest. And it's because of all the noise. And when we take time to quiet the noise, things can change. And I feel like I have a lot of passion in my voice when I say this, and I'm not coming from a place of like shaming these women. It just is so fucking sad. And it really just gets you thinking about, like, how did we get here? How did we get to this place? And I know the answer in my head. One of the answers. But going back to like creating those safe spaces, the only way we can change is to start believing that it's possible, and start to believe that we deserve a safe space to exist. And, you know, going back to that starts within. We get to create these spaces, and we get to create these environments where we feel safe and we feel like we can be seen and we feel like we can support one another. And we feel like we get to be celebrated for ourselves. And we get to be whoever we want to be. And for so long, I just didn't think this was valuable, or it wasn't mirrored in the spaces around me. But at this rate, if we don't start looking within, I don't know what's going to happen to the planet. And deep in my heart, I know that we are going to come out of this. I think I choose to be crazy and think that healing is possible and that changing the world is possible. And I get that not everybody's like that. I realize a lot of people aren't like that. But it doesn't change me or who I am or what I'm here to do. And it's because we take time to quiet the noise and realize what it is. It's noise. It's not serving us. We start to quiet down and we start to calm down. We start to operate from this place of like, whoa, not everything's a threat. Whoa, not everything's like stressing me out. We get to like, and that happens from going within. I think if every single person on this planet just took like 1 minute to meditate or 1 minute to like be present with themselves, we would change the world just by that. Like it really, this becomes such a ripple effect that it doesn't take much. There's so much momentum and there is so much energy towards these good forces. And I say good, saying good, but I understand that, you know, in a place where morality doesn't exist, but I do think that changing the world is possible. And yeah, I think that the relationship we have with ourselves is the most important, the fundamental relationship that we can base other relationships on. And I have just gotten so much value from honoring myself and caring about myself and cherishing myself and not letting anyone say otherwise and not letting anyone tell me who I am or talk shit to me. No. We have so much individual power. And I want you to remember that. I want you to remember the power that you have. Because there's so much in this world that is telling us that we don't have power and that we don't have control and that we don't have a say in anything and that we don't have the ability to change the world and we don't blah, blah, blah. But you know what happens when a bunch of snowflakes are together? You see snow. And then when there's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of energy and a lot of people, things can move fast. And I think that that's how we have to start thinking, because yes, of course, how am I one person going to change the world? I don't know if I can individually, and I don't think I can individually. And that's not to say that I am not capable of doing great things. That's just to say, to speak to the community that we need and to speak to this conjoined effort that we need to really create the momentum and to really just fucking do the thing. To tie that in, I'm launching a brand new project, a brand new program. It's called the MAD Method. I've actually been working on it for a very long time, and now is the time for it to be born and to come out of its cocoon, because this is something that I've been working on for so long. Like the culmination of just 10 years of of healing and inner work, and just really looking at all the darkness, but also all of the light, and really just integrating every single piece of it into my life. It's just insane who I've become. Like, it is insane to realize and to just see how all the pieces put together. But it's this program that allowed me to move from here to here. And I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to come join in this transformation, because you deserve to live an empowered life. And you deserve to live a life where you feel good, and where you feel supported, and where you feel loved, and where you feel that you can be yourself. Because that's what this is all about. This is about bringing all of this love that we have been so deprived of, probably for our entire lives, and bringing this love and growing it. And growing it so that we can go out there and do some crazy shit. And crazy shit is defined as healing and helping others and building community. My program is designed to help you from A to B, to meet you where you are, to slowly guide you into learning these things and learning about yourself and learning about our biology. Because we all have these bodies, whether we're existing in a universe or another multiverse or whatever. All we know to be true is that we are in these bodies right now. And we have these divine intelligence flowing through our systems. And our bodies are so powerful, and we have the power to connect ourselves with our bodies, to live in alignment with that, and to live in a way that works for us. And through this program, we guide through understanding our bodies and understanding the ways in which our bodies and our mind are connected. This whole mind, body, spirit connection is something I am so passionate about. And I've lived it. I've lived all of it. And this is what I'm sharing in my program. Over the 12 weeks, we're going to work as a group. And if you want to work individually, I do have a VIP option. You can DM me VIP if that sounds like something you want to do and you want that support. We're also going to do a personalized astrology and human design kind of profile so that you can see what your cosmic blueprint energy is. This energy that we all have in our bodies as these unique individuals. We'll go through that. You'll get a one-on-one call with me. You'll also get 4 more one-on-one calls. Well, maybe 3 more, including that one. Private coaching, private guidance through this journey so that you can see yourself on the other side. But in the regular program, we're also doing that just in a more general sense. So I'm just so excited to be able to bring this to life and to be able to share this with y'all, because this has been something I've been working on. And like, I know that it works. And I know that it works because I know where I was and where I am now. And holy F-U-C-K, my life has changed. And I want this for you. And I want you to know that it's possible for you. So many of us are like, well, I don't think so. I don't think I can do it. I don't blah, blah, blah. You can. You can do it. In fact, only you can do it, because there's nobody else that's like you. Even out of the 7 billion people, or however many there are right now, there might be people similar to you, but no one's going to be exactly you, who has your story, who has your upbringing, and therefore only you can bring this stuff to life. We are going to start on June 25th. in a couple weeks. I know it's been the full moon in Sagittarius, which this has all been cosmically very, very aligned and very wild. But we're starting on the new moon in Cancer. And this is all perfect for this energy of like just starting fresh and starting new. And Cancer is the sign where intuition lives. And this kind of nurturing, motherly energy lives. This divine feminine energy. We are literally starting on this new moon. And you're already so supported, and we haven't even done anything. Not to mention if you have Cancer placements, it would only even expand. Not to mention we are in Jupiter in Cancer. So I'm just so stoked about it, and I'm so excited to finally be where I know I've always meant to be. And I'm excited to guide you and to be there for you and to co-create environments and spaces where we feel supported and where we feel loved. So for the 12 weeks, we're going to do live trainings. I will definitely be posting more schedule stuff as the time gets closer. But we are going to be going through 8 live trainings, sharing. We're going to have a community. I'll definitely have more details for that in the coming days. And we're going to be going through meditations, guided meditations. We're going to make sure that you have personalized affirmations that you feel good about and that you feel line up with what you desire and what you want in the world. And what else? Yeah, I'm so excited, and the program continues to grow and to take shape into this beautiful thing. And I do want to let you know that I have payment plans available. So if you are interested and you want to talk about the payment plans, please DM me. I'm happy to talk about this. I'm happy to work with you in a way that works for both of us. And yeah, so the investment is $2,222, and that is for the 12 weeks for the live trainings and the support along the way. And like I mentioned before, I am offering a very special VIP upgrade for $3,333. That's for the entire thing. If you just do the program, it's $2,222. But for the VIP, you get the entire program, and we'll also go deeper into the journey. So you are gonna have my support throughout the 12 weeks, and we can talk back and forth. We're going to do some coaching, and you also get the astrology and human design session where we just go deep into your specific stuff. So yes, please DM me if you have any questions, if you want to talk more about this, if you have been thinking about something and you just want to talk about it, or etc. My DMs are open. I would love to talk to you about this. Don't forget that you have all the power inside you, and I can't wait to be able to see what you bring to the world and what you are going to share with us. So I will catch you all later. Thank y'all so much. Bye.